Hey y'all, what's up? Time for a little car vlog. Today is day 9 of Thriftmas and I am going to a thrift store, a Goodwill that used to be my honey hole, but hasn't been for a very long time. And to be honest with you, I don't go over there much anymore because it just changed. You know, there was a big breakup and yeah, but we're gonna try it today because it's Thriftmas and we're trying to thrift every single day. First, I have to go to the post office. I have some packages, so we're going to do that first. And then we're going to head over to Gulfport, Mississippi to do some thrifting. And I'm taking you with me. So let's go. All right, so we got our Super Geek tote full of packages of sales from the night before, and I'm going to head on into the post office. A lot of people have asked me about my Super Geek tote bag. I actually have several of them. I get them from Shutterfly. If you sign up for Shutterfly's email list, they will send out these freebie emails once every couple of months or so, and you just pay shipping and sales tax if your state collects sales tax, and it's great to advertise my business and to carry my packages into the post office. So here we are at the Biloxi Main Street post office, my favorite. Unfortunately, it was crowded, so you didn't get to hear any banter with my friend Carl there. And so then we're going to head on over to Gulfport. This is the Biloxi Lighthouse. I do live on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. There's the beautiful Biloxi Beach, longest man-made beach in the world. And also, if you'll see when I pan over all these oak trees, we are designated a tree city in the US. Just some useless information, but I love to be a little tour guide when we have friends come visit, so thought I'd do it for you too. All right, so I stopped by an antique mall I've been wanting to go to. I'm trying to find some mid-century pieces to replace some other stuff that I already have in my house. Didn't film in there, but now we're over at Goodwill. So we're gonna head on in and do some shopping. So like I said before, this Goodwill in Gulfport on Hardy Court used to be my honey hole, but I stopped going because things really changed in the store. I wasn't finding really much of anything good. So it's been a long time since I've been here. I headed over here. They had a Mardi Gras rack, and I like big beads, and I cannot lie, I thought that was kind of funny. But if you can see, everything's purple, green, and gold. A couple of New Orleans Saints gear. Thought I would check out this rack, see if there was anything promising on it. Now, when I used to come to this store, I used to find so many treasures for such a small store. For instance, once found a pair of Gucci trousers on a new rack. That was exciting. I found a Furla candy bag. That was a great sale. All kinds of really cool stuff for such a small store in a small area. But like I said, I stopped coming because it changed. Something happened and they just weren't getting the same kind of inventory they used to. I have found a lot of cool vintage stuff here. Flight suits from the 80s, Christian Dior pantsuits and skirt suits. But it just hasn't been anything good. And so far, this rack is not measuring up either. So yeah, not sure how this thrifting trip is going to go for me, but we'll see. We will definitely wait and see. I'm going to head over to the dresses, I think, after this, because y'all know your girl likes to shop in the dress section. And also, there was some weird people in here, and I'll explain that in a minute. So in the dresses, I'm just starting to go through. That's to show you how far the dresses go down and give you a little pan of the store. And it does have a long wall of dresses, which I always like. So that's promising. I did come across these two dresses that looked a lot alike. They were the same sleeveless style with this lace. One was black and gold. But they were White House Black Market, which is a brand that I don't really pick up too much anymore. But yo, they were $35 each. So even if I did still pick up White House Black Market, I ain't paying no $35. Okay, so I'm going back down the dresses. I've gone through all these and found absolutely nothing. My cart is still empty. There was this kind of interesting couple, and the lady made a joke to me. Something about it's too cold outside to be wearing that, and I literally am wearing like a sweater, a beanie on my head. Like, I mean, I'm like completely covered. So I don't understand what her joke was supposed to be, but they were really weird. So I just looked at them and didn't really say much. Right now, I'm retracking over some dresses because I saw one of the workers put up some new dresses, but still not finding anything. So figured I'd go through the blazers since they were right here. And again, my favorite sections in the thrift store: dresses, blazers, shoes, and denim. So you'll see me go through those sections. If I get a little feisty, I might go into some other sections, but I want the biggest bang for my buck. And so those are my 4 sections that tend to give me the most return on my investment. So that's where I'm going to head. That was kind of an interesting jacket, but didn't know anything about the brand. Didn't look very expensive, so I just kept going. Well, sometimes this can be promising when people are putting stuff back, but that was just a Billabong dress, so left that. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be driving back over here again, because so far I'm halfway through the blazers, already gone through the dresses, and my buggy is still empty, but I'm still going, y'all. And I was excited to be thrifting this day. So, okay, I found this Anthropologie jacket. It's Cardinier. Now, sometimes I'll pick up this brand if it's a style that I like, but that was a very dated style. So I went ahead and left that on the rack. I saw this linen stripe blazer. I should have looked at that one more because I'm sure it was vintage. And that's actually, the vertical stripes are really in for spring. So maybe I should have picked that up. I don't know. Don't know what they had it priced at either. Then I found this petal collared jacket. So that looks like little flower petals. This is the old tag cabbie, but it looked a little too dated for me and it was $10.99. So I went ahead and left that. Then I found this vintage piece. It's gold and black, which is great for Saints fans, 100% silk. And it was new with tags, which means it's dead stock because it's vintage, but it's still new with tags. They had it for $8.99. I thought about it, but I decided to pass on it. I don't know. Tell me, would you have picked it up? Then I found this Nick and Zoe jacket, or Nick and Zoe. I'm not sure which one it is, but I know about this brand from my friend Alicia. She picks up the pajamas. In fact, I've picked up several of their pajamas and handed them off to her in the thrift store, but a jacket I can go for, and it's linen. It was $10.99, which is a little higher than I would have liked to pay, but still, first thing in my buggy. This is kind of a weird vintage polyester, jacket. And anyway, so I'll try out this Nick and Zoe. I did look up comps on that, and it looks like I could probably get $50 or $60 for that jacket. So that's definitely good, even for having to pay $10.99 for it. And it means that something's in my buggy, so that's good news. Maybe that means that I'm going to find some more stuff. But, oh, I just made y'all faceplant. Sorry about that. Jeans. Yeah, purple tags are 50% off. I think that's why I was filming that. So here's the denim section. I'm starting to go through here. And I see these 7 for All Mankind. They do have a 7 on the back. So I wanted to check and see if maybe they were kind of a weird kind of dojo. And I made you faceplant again. Sorry. So I don't know that much about 7 for All Mankind. I don't pick it up too often, but at $24.99, even if those were dojos, which dojos are what you want to look for with 7 for All Mankind, I still wouldn't have picked them up at $24.99. That's crazy. I mean, what are they thinking? And then these are some cans. They had those at $12.99. Can. And actually, they had like 6 pair of those. All of them were $12.99, except for one pair that was $14.99. I don't know why that one got to be the lucky one to be $2 more. Okay, then I found some mother jeans. So they were only $8.99, which is great. And they are a high rise. They have a raw hem. And there's the signature little M's there on the back. So yeah, that's definitely going in my buggy. So hey, we got 2 things. Pretty good. Made you faceplant twice, but we're getting there. And we're still sorting through that denim. Okay, now I'm kind of looking through the pants. Remember I told you I found those Gucci trousers here. Found some other good pieces over the years, so hopeful that maybe I'll find something. But then I got distracted by a new rack that was sitting over here, so figured I would go ahead and check that because I hadn't really looked through any of the new racks. They have been putting them out so quickly. This is a vintage Ralph Lauren jacket. It had these really cool buttons on it, but not really too interested. It kind of looked dated to me. And when I pick out vintage pieces, I want them to be able to fit into a modern wardrobe. Most people are going to wear vintage that way versus people who wear just completely 100% vintage. You're going to have more people that will want to just integrate really cool vintage pieces into their regular wardrobe. So that's what I'm looking for. So far, this new rack isn't even giving me anything. So, but I'm not complaining because I have 2 good pieces in my buggy. So definitely not a wasted trip. But yeah, so far 2 things. So we're going to try hard goods. This is the Christmas holiday, whatever section. I am a big collector of mid-century Christmas. If you've never seen my Kitschmas videos on YouTube, I do have a playlist. It's one of the largest mid-century collections I have, so I'm always looking for vintage Christmas decorations. I also collect mid-century American pottery, which is what this would be. This is a serving dish with the nesting dishes that go around it, but unfortunately it was really chipped, and I don't really like the late 60s, early 70s stuff, the harvest gold, avocado green, that kind of stuff. I thought that was a chalkware piece, which can be really collectible, 1950s chalkware, but it was just ceramic, so I left that piece. And now I'm headed over to the dishes, and I found another stack of mid-century dishes, so I want to see who the maker was of these. They are non-branded, just some generic ones from the 50s, but they were highly chipped. And these are snack sets. I was just showing you this. They would have had a little cup that went with them. I have several boxes of those snack sets that were my grandmother's, but those wouldn't have been worth anything without the cups. Now I'm heading over to this rack, which is the rack where everybody puts everything back when they leave the dressing room, which can be a great place to look for inventory. And that really strange couple now is in the dressing room. And I was pretty sure they were arguing because they were really loud. I mean, they were loud in the store anyway, but it sounded like they were getting louder, but I didn't want to be too nosy. And by the way, I do pick up that piece I dropped off. I am one of those people that puts things back in the thrift store so that our Goodwill and thrift store workers do not have to work extra hard. So then I'm over at the shoes, another one of my favorite sections. So far we've done all 4, and there's that couple. He has got the door open. I don't know what's going on. They were like arguing or loud or just having a good old time. Not really sure, but they were some strange cookies. So anyway, I'm trying to mind my business, but it takes a lot to distract me in the thrift store because I literally am in a zone. So you know that some weird shenanigans had to have been going on for me to be distracted by some random people that were in there. Okay, so now I'm going through the bags. I found this great Pendleton bag in here. And after that, I found one somewhere else, and they sold really quickly for like $50 and $60. So if you ever find a Pendleton handbag, those are good to pick up. Again, I said I, had found a Furla candy bag in here, which is very collectible. And I remember it was covered in glitter. So that I had a fun time cleaning that, let me tell you. But totally worth it because it sold for over $100. But today I'm not finding anything in the handbags, which is fine. Again, not complaining. I have 2 pieces in my buggy. Pretty happy about that. And I will end up finding one more piece. This sparkly bag caught my eye, but it was just Claire's little cheap handbag, but fun nonetheless. And they had one more rack. Okay, this was a Lily Pulitzer 100% silk top. They had it for $14.99. I don't know that I would have paid that even if it didn't have this, but it had color transfer. This happens a lot with silk items when they're not properly cleaned. If somebody tries to soak them versus dry cleaning them, you'll have a lot of color transfer, especially like pinks and blues will transfer very easily. So at $14.99, I mean, I might have been able to spot treat it, but without knowing 100% if I could get it out, I wasn't even gonna go there. So just finishing off this rack here, that couple is over there by the shoes and again are distracting me with their crazy antics. And she was talking to one of the other people that work there and she wasn't making any sense. I don't know what's going on. But then I saw this piece, y'all. Okay, so this is Adriana Papel vintage 100% silk, fully beaded. I loved this floral and vine pattern. I thought it was absolutely stunning. I could see somebody rocking this with a pair of jeans. It was $6.99 and y'all, I just could not leave that piece behind. So I did end up picking her up. I think she's absolutely beautiful. There were a couple of loose threads, but nothing big, nothing that is going to detract from this beautiful piece. So I think it's going to do really well. And $6.99, can't beat that. And then, of course, there's that couple. Y'all, I have to tell you, this guy was rocking some heels, though. He had pink toenails, and he had some high heels, and I was hurting in my sneakers, so good for him. So I got the Nick and Zoe jacket, and then I did get these mother jeans for $8.99. So small haul, but definitely mighty happy with my finds. All right, y'all, I'm done. The sun is starting to go down. Not a big thrift haul, just 3 items, but the 3 items I got I really like. So one's a new brand that I've never tried before. One is Mother, I've enough said, and the other one's a vintage piece. So really happy with the haul. I'm gonna actually head over to Dirt Cheap and their Mother store Treasure Hunt because I'm already over here in Gulfport. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, be sure you subscribe because Thriftmas is not over. And also I share a lot of reselling content on this channel. It's basically all I share and little parts of my life, but I'm not sure if anybody's really interested in that stuff. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up on your way out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all.